Hello, everyone, and welcome to HCTV Sports here from Hastings High School as we get set for a matchup here between the Hastings Raiders and the Simley Spartans here. Should be a good one here tonight. It is Senior Night 2020 here for varsity volleyball. We just got done here with the national anthem, and in a minute we'll be done here with the introductions. There's a nice little ceremony beforehand going through the seniors and some of their post-high school ambitions. Got a pretty nice crowd here, all respecting guidelines and staying spread out. Of course, very early on here in the volleyball season, both teams 1-0 here. Should be a good Metro East Conference showdown here. Obviously, the Spartans, a very solid program over the last couple of years. Really the model of consistency here in the Metro East. You look at their standings last year, 18-9. The year before that, 18. And then back in 2017, they also won 18 games. So I'm sure they're shooting for a little higher than that benchmark this year, obviously. But, you know, a team that consistently gets a lot of victories here. 13-8 back in 2016. Conversely, here you look at the Raiders last year, finished 17-7. The year before that, 10-16. Down year for the program in 2017, where they were 1-17. So things looking up here generally for Hastings as they look to continue their winning ways here into 2020. First set here should be pretty interesting for the Spartans. You look at their stats last year, their point differential in the first set was plus 103. So a very dominant team in the first set. We'll have both teams out here taking their respective sides of the court. Looks like Simley's going to start this one off with the serve. And we are underway here from Hastings High School. Volleyed back over here to the Spartans side. Set up and denied at the net. Point going there to the Spartans. Another serve here from Bryn Rogers. Over the net, just kept in play. A couple of passes, and that one a little too low over the net. First point of the night here for the Raiders. Unfortunately, not like soccer where they have a crew of ball boys and ball girls to go get the balls. So some of these players might get a little extra cardio running over to track down these balls. Sent over here into the Raiders' side of the court. Cross-court attack there and a point scored by Allison Gronquist. Like I mentioned before, was honored in the pre-game ceremony. Obviously a senior on this squad. Oh, excuse me, it must have gone just slightly out of bounds. Tough to see with the desk right in front of me. So that was actually a point there for the Spartans, and they'll get another one here. So a 3-1 lead here in the first set. A low serve. And just out of bounds. Chantel Lease to serve here for Hastings. Big open palm strike. Right in front of the net, pushed over. Couple of volleys back and forth. That one was stagnating above the net and just off the fingertips there of Courtney Dollar. Serve back here with the Spartans. I believe that's Isabella Studer. Served over, bounced up by Dollar. Pushed over, and there was nobody there. Landed in between a group of 4 or 5 Raiders on that one. Once again, the junior Studer to serve. Molly Stein. Forearm passed over the center court, and point's going to go here to the Raiders. Might have just gone out of bounds there over on the near side of the court by the sidelines. And we'll have Megan Meyer subbing into the game here. She'll get the serve for Hastings. And that one's going to be in, so an ace there for the Raiders. They try to close the gap here. 5-4 lead here for the visiting Spartans. Another serve here for Meyer. Middle blocker sends it up. And that one slammed over, and they're going to say it was just out of bounds there, so we have a tie game here in the first set at 5 apiece. Another serve here from Meyer. And that one's going to land out of bounds. We'll have a couple of new players checking in here for Simley. Serve here by the Spartans. Sent up by McClintock. Now back to McClintock. Kept in bounds there by Stein. That one fired low and out of bounds just over the net. Mackenzie Iliff to serve here. High serve. Sent up into the front court from the back court and denied at the net. And the point going here to the Raiders. They'll take their first lead of the night here in the first set. The senior Iliff to serve. Nearly hit the ground there right in front of the middle blocker. Sent back over and just out of bounds right in front of the outstretched hands of Mackenzie Iliff. Iliff once again to serve. And that one's going to sail just a little bit too far. So checked out of the game in favor of Courtney Dollar. Looks like we'll also have Chomp Danzo checking into the game for Simley. And another serve that's going to go just a little too far. Still a 2-point lead here for Hastings. Frandrup to serve. Kept in bounds. Probably would have gone out of bounds if they'd let it. Poked back up in the air to get it over on this one. Stein sets it up in the front court. Slam. And the point going there to the Raiders. Growing lead here in the first set for the home team. Get another serve here for the Raiders. Frandrup's left-handed serve. Just a little bit too low, bouncing off of the net. Point there to stop the bleeding for Simley. Stein checking out of the game for the Spartans. There's a serve by Studer. Poked up by the middle blocker. Just kept in bounds there by Simley player, and that one bouncing up at the net. So I'd like to welcome all of our viewers tuning in live. Unfortunately had some technical difficulties to start this one off, but glad to have you all join us here. Pretty good game so far in the first set, a very competitive one. 2 consecutive points for Simley. Now we're tied at 10 apiece here. Players crowding the net here for the Spartans. We'll get the serve by Studer. Back over by Gronquist. And the point's going to go here to Simley. So once again, they'll regain the lead they lost earlier in this one. Studer's serve. And nobody was there to field that one, just off the hands there of Meyer. Studer once again to serve. Popped up there by Dollar. And an early whistle there, and another point here for the Spartans. 5-point run here for Simley. Low serve, poked up by Frandrup. And that one's going to bounce into the net there off the hands of Lily Nutton. Served by Studer. Bounced up by Frandrup. Back to Frandrup, and once again the point's going to go here to Simley. Looks like we'll get a timeout here called on the court. Players there for Simley, pretty excited there about the last handful of events that have transpired. Now a 15-10 lead here for Simley. 7 consecutive points. We talked about that very briefly at the start of the game. A very nice point differential for Simley in the first set, at least for last year. Obviously, just a second game for both of these teams at a plus 103 point differential. Rather interesting in the second set, only a plus 48, and then they kind of rebound with a plus 59 in the third set. So we'll return to action following the timeout. Once again, we'll get the serve here from the junior Isabella Studer. Right-handed serve, poked up, kept in bounds there by Frandrup. Sent over by Meyer. Just over the fingertips, and that one's going to be just in bounds. Tough play defensively there for Hastings. Pushed over again by Gronquist. Sent up by the middle blocker. Nutton over to Gronquist. Now kept up by Studer. Over to Slam. Met there by Dollar. And that one with just a little bit too much mustard on it from Macy Frandrup. One of the taller players on the court tonight here for the Raiders. 6 foot tall. 17-10 game here. Low one kept in bounds. And the first point in a while here for the Raiders. They'll stop a 9-0 run from the Spartans. Nicole Judge here to serve. Or excuse me, KBB. Low save there by Renslow. Pushed over and slapped back, and that one just about a foot out of bounds. Bryn Rogers, the senior, back to serve. Greeted there by the backcourt. Forearm push there from Axel. Over to Simley's side, denied. Just above the net, and that one almost denied, and just rolls off the palm there of Frandrup. (19-11) game here in the first set. Frandrup keeps it up. Pushed there by Beebe. Crossing center court. Frandrup. Beebe. And two-handed push there from Nutton. And that one blocked at the net. Still in play, and we'll finally get the whistle, and Points going there to the Raiders following a great defensive effort there from the front court players. Serve there from Dollar. And just out of bounds there on the far sidelines. Serve here from the Spartans, up in the front court. And denied at the rim there by Naomi Romslow. Just a sophomore. Another serve. Pretty solid power. That one a moonshot. Poked over with one hand there from the right side hitter. And that one's just going to bounce ever so gently out of bounds. Got the serve there from Lauren DeCito and sailed that one, so a point here for Hastings. Serve here from Chantel Lease. And sails that one by a couple of feet. Molly Stein checking back into the game here, serving for the Spartans. Pushed up by Dollar, kept in bounds there by Abby Axel. Now across court, that one kind of jousted and on top of the net there, but the point's going to go here to Simley. Just 1 point away here from winning the first set. Stein's serve kept up there by the Raiders. Tipped at the line there by Romslow, and the point going here to Hastings. We'll have Megan Meyer and Autumn McClintock checking into the game here for Hastings. Raiders serve over to the near side. Propped up there by the front court, slapped. Great volley back there by Hastings, and that one's just going to sail past the linesman, and first set is going to be won here by Simley, 25-14. So a little bit of an intermission here. A pretty eventful first set as we'll take a break from the action here on HCTV Sports. Hello everyone and welcome back to Hastings High School as we get set for the second set here of this volleyball match between the Hastings Raiders and the Simley Spartans. The score after the first set is 1-0 here for the visiting team. They won the first set 25-14. I'm Owen Ely here on the broadcast. Pretty back and forth first set. Had a long streak in the middle for Simley that eventually led to them winning that first set, but a lot to like from both sides here as they both try to improve to 2-0 on the season. Looks like we'll get back to some action here down on the court. And we'll start off with a serve here from Hastings. It's going to be Kay Beebe, the senior, to start off the second set. Got a high serve, propped up there by the middle blocker. The assist went over there to Adriana Epps. Back over here for the Spartans. Just gets past the wall there by the Raiders front court and out of bounds. First point of the second set going here to Simley. Good to see a lot of support on the Facebook feed for both sides. A lot of Simley fans tuning in. A lot of Simley fans making the trip out here. Of course, a lot of Raiders fans tuning in as well. Ball was just pushed up there by Stein. Now back over here for the Spartans. And they'll get past that first wall and just past a diving Macy Frandrup. First 2 points of this second set going here to the Spartans. Low serve, propped up by the middle blocker. And nearly denied in front of the net, but the point going here to the Raiders. Their first point of the second set there by Abby Axel. Second serve of the second set here for Courtney Dollar. And that's going to be an ace there for Hastings. And Bryn Rogers a little hesitant to play that one. Figured it was going to go a little bit further. We've seen a handful of serves here for both sides kind of sail over that end line. That one just inbounds for the home team. A slam there from the Spartans, and that one's going to sail over off of the hand of Isabella Studer. Early lead here for Hastings as we'll get another serve by Dollar. And that one's going to bounce off of the post. Tie game here at 3 apiece. .5'6" senior Molly Stein checking back into the game, ready for the serve. And that one just a little bit too low there from Frandrup as it goes under the net. Solid serve there from Stein, poked away at the top of the net, and that one heads under, so another point here for Simley. Solid front court play here from the Spartans. Third consecutive serve there from Stein. That one immediately pushed back. Set up there from Frandrup. Kind of inadvertently bounces off of a Simley player there, kept in bounds by Frandrup. Dollar sends it over. Great wall of defenders there, but they didn't even need it on that one. It was Gronquist and Axel in the vicinity, but didn't quite get over the net there. 5-4 lead here for Simley. Chantel Lease with the serve. Jumping serve there. Propped up into the air by the middle backer, and that one, it was contact from the Raiders' front court, but jettisoned out of bounds there into the scoring table. A couple of players checking out here for Simley. I believe that's number 15, Summer Schofield, on the serve there for the Spartans, and that one sailing over the end line. One of the Hastings players having a word there with the linesman. Growing lead here for the Spartans, up 7-4. Lease props it up. That one kind of pushed over, kept up by Stein. Bounces off of the top of the net there, and the point going here to Simley. Like we've mentioned a couple of times, a point differential here from last year's team for Simley really goes down here in the second set as we'll get a point here for the Raiders. Great play there to stop the run that the Spartans were going on. We have Megan Meyer checking into the game for Hastings. And she'll be on the serve. Bit of a staggered defense here for Simley. Off balance and kept in there by Rogers, but it's going to go out of bounds there over on the far side. Raiders with 2 of the 3 last available points as they pull to within 2. A low serve there from Meyer. And that one just over a handful of Raiders players, kind of in no man's land there between the front court and the back court. Have the senior Abby Hepper on the serve. Raiders will have to push it over there. Just kept up into the air by Stein. Backhand over the net. Get the setup here from the Spartans. Long series of play there, and pass was not high enough there from McClintock to keep the ball in play. 10-6 lead here for Simley. That one sent in, and I believe a my bad there from Courtney Dollar as it looks to have hit just a little bit too low. Sent back in. The player running all the way over from the front court. Propped up there by Rogers, denied at the net there from Iliff. And another denying at the net there for the Raiders as they'll earn a point there. I believe off of McClintock. Hastings down 7-11. Simley has to put it over here. A couple of players diving into each other. Hard slam there from Frandrup and stuffed at the net. A couple of nice plays here for Hastings. Still a 3-point lead here for the Spartans. We'll get the serve from Iliff. And immediately get the point there is not enough distance covered there on the dive by Bryn Rogers. Iliff serve. Posted up there by Stein. Slapped over there by Studer. And there wasn't really a player in the vicinity there. It's kind of in between Megan Meyer and Iliff. So still a pretty constant 3-point lead here in the second set. Served there by the Spartans. That one slapped over by McClintock. Up for Dollar. Great save there by Macy Frandrup, although it does go out of bounds, but heads up play there by the sophomore to realize nobody else was headed towards that ball and that she had to do something there. Studer's serve. Backhanded there from Dollar. Pushed over. We'll get the setup there from Hepper. And the slam by Adriana Epps off the fingertips of a Raiders player, so the serve stays here with Simley. A 5-point lead here for the Spartans. Diving save there. I believe that was by Frandrup. Excuse me, Chantel Lease. Ball still in play here. Bumped over by Hastings. Slam at the net, and that one once again lands in no man's land. And look at a timeout called here, 60-second timeout. Heads up play there to call the timeout. A growing lead here for the Spartans. 15-9, now leading by 6. Pretty solid second set here for Simley, like we said before, statistically one of their lower scoring sets. Still 10 points away from ending this second set. It'll be interesting to see how Hastings responds here. Obviously, the numbers go down significantly if you go down 0-2 in the first 2 sets. Be quite the comeback to get a clean sweep on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then obviously, conversely here for Simley, if they can close out this second set strong, they'll be sitting pretty. The 2-set lead. Back to the action here, off of the timeout. Serve there by Studer. Posted up by Dollar. That one sent back from the front court to the back court and sailed over there by a Raider. That one, it was stuffed at the net, but it was stuffed on the wrong side of the net there. Just a matter of inches, and yet another point here for the Spartans. And a serve by Studer, and wisely not attended to there by Chantel Lease as that one goes out of bounds. Point here for the Raiders. Stopping a significant run by Simley. Really the second significant run of the game for Simley. They had a first one in the first set, right in the middle portion of it, and they appear to be on another one here. We'll see how Hastings can respond. McClintock slaps that one over and just out of bounds by less than a foot. Seven-point lead here for the visiting team. And that one just in bounds. A great score there by Megan Meyer. Great finesse touch on that one to keep it right where it needs to be in bounds. We'll get the serve here from the senior on senior night, Kay Beebe. Pushed over, and that one just kind of sailed out of bounds off of the palm there of Adriana Epps. 2 straight points here for Hastings. Now a 5-point game. Low serve and just kind of curved a little bit over to the near side in front of the Simley bench. We'll have Lauren Tecido, the junior, checking into the game for Simley. She's on the serve and serves it low and into the net. Senior Dollar on the serve. Good height and stuffed there right in front of the net on the right side of the court there by Abby Axel. Oh, and they're actually going to say that it's going to go here to the Spartans. Not too sure about that one. So a significant 2-point swing there on the seeming reversal there by the lines judge. Serve here from Simley. Just a quick little poke there in the front court by the Raiders, and not enough power on that one. Goes right into the net. So the Raiders responding positively to the little bit of adversity there by the lines judge. Back to a 5-point game. Lisa's serve lands in the backcourt. Kind of a reactionary poke back there from Dollar. Great placement. And that one just a little bit to the outside there. You saw Abby Axel saying my bad on that one. Looks like we'll have 2 or 3 players checking in here for Simley. A little bit of confusion on who's going to be on and off the court. We'll get the serve here, I believe, by Summer Schofield, not a 15 on the varsity roster. My apologies if we get the names wrong, and a point here for the Raiders. Back to that ever steady 5-point lead for the Spartans. Megan Meyer checking in on the serve. Propped up there by Rogers. Good save there by Meyer. Backhanded over into the Simley zone. And that one, it was slapped pretty hard. Figured it was going to sail over, but just lands over in that opposite side corner. So a good cross-court attack there from Simley as they inch ever closer to the 25-point mark here in the second set. Of course, Simley won the first set, 25-14. Perfect placement on that one there by Mackenzie Iliff. And denied on top of the net there. I believe that was Macy Frandrup, the 6-foot-tall player there for Hastings. Still a 5-point lead here for Simley. A diving push over there from Rogers. Power on that one, and just a great sequence there, but the point's going to go to Hastings nonetheless. A couple of great assists there from the Spartans, but doesn't mean much when you don't get the point. Now a 4-point lead, a 3-point lead, as that one's going to get pushed over the end line there by Naomi Romslow. The Raiders really rallying here in the latter portions of the second set. And they're trying to stuff it there at the center court line, but just bounced off of the hands and over to the near side of the court. Look at the serve here by Studer, just 3 points away from the victory here in the second set. There's a great save there by Hastings in the back court. And the point's going to go here to Simley. Another Studer serve. Dollar running in. And the point's going to go here to the Spartans. So just 1 point away here from winning the second set. Studer pushes it over, and that one kind of sailed there off of the hands of Megan Meyer. So with that, they'll reach 25 points, a victory in the second set here for the visiting Simley Spartans, as they'll go up 2-0. With that, we'll take a short break. This is HCTV Sports. Hello everyone, and welcome back to HCTV Sports. I'm Owen Ely here as we get set for the continuation of this one from Hastings High School. A matchup here between the Simley Spartans and the Hastings Raiders. After 2 sets, it's a 2-0 lead for the Spartans. They won the first set 25-14 and just won the second set 25-18. Solid play by both sides, but the game really defined by a couple of significant mid-set runs by Simley. Raiders were closing in the latter half of the second set, but the Spartans eventually pulled away and closed that one off, as we'll get set back to the court here to start the third set. Simley with a chance to close it out here in this set. Statistically, when it comes to point differential for last season, one of their better sets is the third set, a plus 59 point differential. Of course, nowhere near their first set point differential of 103. Certainly better than their second set of plus 48, as we're back to the action here following a serve there from Simley. And they're going to say that one was in bounds there on the end line. First point of the third set belonging here to the Raiders. And so the serve returns back here to Hastings. Courtney Dollar sends that one deep into the back court. Now up here in the front court, poked away, and play continuing here. Back to Dollar. Fired up by Kay Beebe. Point's going to go here to Simley. We'll have Danzo checking out of the game. For my money, having watched a fair amount of Simley basketball games, Chomp Danzo, one of the better big women in all of Minnesota high school basketball. Bit of a magical season last year for Simley, making it all the way to state and playing a game against De La Salle at Maturi Pavilion on the campus of the U of M. About a day or two before everything shut down here in the state. Last point went there to the Raiders. They'll have to send it over on that one, and probably would have gone out of bounds if it wasn't attended to there by Chantel Lease. Play continues. And the point's going to go here to Hastings, so it's early on here in the third set, but a nice 2-point lead here for the Raiders. Lease's serve, and that one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to cut the lead in half. Once again, we'll get the serve here from Molly Stein, who just checked into this one. Was bumped up into the air by Lease, and that one just couldn't quite get over the top of the net there from Macy Frandrip. So tie game here in the third set at 3 apiece. Rather soft serve there from Stein. Volleyed back and forth. It's going to have to be sent over here off the fingertips of a couple of players in the front court. Slammed in there by Abby Axel, as Hastings is going to regain the lead. Axel is going to check out here, as will Kay Beebe. Veronica Kaiser checking in. Same with Megan Meyer. We'll get the Meyer serve. Greeted there by the middle blocker. And that one just barely kissing the top of the net and rolling over. And they initially gave the point there to Simley. They're going to give it to Hastings. Maybe some trepidation here from the linesmen. Maybe a dialogue between the far side one and the near side one. Either way, the point's going to stand, and an ace there for Hastings. Tremendous serve there from the junior Megan Meyer. Now a growing 3-point lead here, as Hastings really needs to win this third set if they want to continue playing here tonight. Another serve by Meyer. Bumped up by Stein. Just pushed over. Dollar keeps it up. Lease with the great send over there at kind of a weird angle, and that one just past the palm there of Mackenzie Iliff. Overall, a very solid play there from Hastings. Just unfortunately went a little bit too long and didn't go in their favor on that one. We'll get the serve here from Simley. Kept up by Lease, and that one is just going to get pushed back by Meyer as she tried to send it back to the backcourt. Spartans really closing in on the lead here. Now just down by 1. Lease up in the air. And that was their third hit. Didn't quite get over. So now a tie game here at 6-all. And Mark Kashke, the coach there for Simley, giving some instructions to his team. He's going to have to get sent over here. Dollar keeps it in play. And the point's going to go here to Simley, so they're going to get their first lead of the third set. Spartans serve, propped up by Lease. One hand and pushed over there by Mackenzie Iliff, just a little bit out of bounds. Now a 2-point lead here for Simley. Low serve. Pass to the near side from Lease over to Meyer, and that one with not enough power to get over the net. Another long run here for Simley. I believe that's at 5 points now on the run. Off balance, but kept in there by Lease to Dollar. Poked over by Iliff. Hepper passing it over. Crossing the court, and just kind of a weird angle there on the hit from Meyer, and that one rolls off into the alternate court. And Simley's had about one significant run each set, and they appear to be on their significant run a little bit earlier in this one. Great save there by Dollar. It was kind of denied by the net, and that one falls into no man's land in front of Meyer. We're going to get a timeout called here, I believe by Hastings. 60-second timeout. An 11-6 lead here for the visiting Spartans. I believe that's 7 or 8 consecutive points here for Simley. Of course, if Simley can win this set here, they'll win the match. We'll see how the Raiders can rally following this timeout. Timeout was called a little bit later in the second set, and Hastings responded nicely. Started to close the lead, obviously ultimately didn't regain the lead and win the second set, but still played valiantly towards the latter parts of the second set. We'll see how the timeout will affect the home team here. As we get the serve here from Simley following the timeout, and a tremendous play there. I believe that was Autumn McClintock. First point in a while here for Hastings. Kind of a awkward angle and had to reach back there, and perfect placement over on the near side of the court. So the first serve in a while here for Hastings. Iliff over to Stein, to Hepper, and stuffed at the net. There was kind of a combo action there. Autumn McClintock and Macy Frandrup. Might have been Lily Nutton on the action there. Second consecutive serve here for Iliff. And that one's just going to drop in there. A little bit of confusion there in the front court. Iliff checks out. Dollar checking in. Dollar passing it over to the near side. We're going to bump across the net. And a great play there by Danzo. Like I said, one of the better basketball players in the state. Serve there from the Spartans. And that one forced over there by Macy Frandrup. Too much power there for the fingertips of some of the players there in the Simley front court. Frandrup serve. And that one's going to sail a little too far. A heads-up play there by the outside hitter there for not keeping that one in play for the Spartans. It's a 14-9 lead here for Simley. The serve kept up there by Frandrup. The assist back to Frandrup as she sends it over. And the point going there to Hastings just by a matter of inches there over in the far side corner. KBB on the serve here for Hastings. Greeted there by the middle blocker. And that one's just going to bounce out of bounds off the left arm there of Macy Frandrup. Probably would have stayed in bounds for a Simley point regardless. Back to the ever-steady 5-point lead here for Simley. Frandrup up to the front court. Pushed over by Gronquist. Dollar to the middle. And that one stuffed by a jumping Naomi Romslow. Great timing on the jump there to get full extension on the denial there. There's an initial save there by a diving Dollar, but not enough power to get that one to a place where Gronquist could try to send it over. This one kept in bounds by Frandrup. Pushed over, passed back to the center side of the court there from Rogers. Out of bounds, and the point going here to Hastings. 17-11 lead here for Simley. Again, not quite the ball crew like they have for soccer to shag down balls. Point here for the Spartans on the Raiders serve. Powerful serve there from Simley. And one-handed there by Avery Renslow, but sails it to the right. Six-point lead as we'll get the serve here from Chantel Lease. Great play there by Abby Axel, the second kind of stuff there at the center court line here tonight. Lisa's serve propped up there by the middle blocker and sent right back over there by Abby Axel. Backcourt might have been able to do something on that one, but it was kind of deflected there by the front court and took a weird angle there for Simley. Another serve here from Lease. Pepper to the near side and didn't get the height on it that was needed. I believe that's Jocelyn Hernandez sending that one into the net. Raiders mounting a little bit of a comeback here, now only down by 3. Pepper to Hernandez, propped up by Dollar. And a dive there from the backcourt and took a little bit of an awkward tumble, did Rogers. Simley desperately trying to hold on to this lead here in the third set to try to close out this one. The Raiders really over the last couple of plays trying to win their first set here tonight. Still trailing by 2, pushed up by Heppert. It was right in front of Lease. It was pushed over there by Beebe, and that one falling in between Dollar and Abby Axel. So a point to stop the bleeding here for Simley. The lead has expanded to 3 points. The Raiders can live to play another set. A hard fire back there from BB. The ball going back and forth, still in play. Pushed over by Mackenzie Iliff. Looks like that one was left for dead. A great defensive play there by the Raiders, but a great offensive finish on the play there by Simley as that one extended for quite some time. We'll get a timeout here ahead of the final stretch. And that was really a tremendous play from both teams on that one. Obviously tough if you're Hastings to make such a series of tremendous plays and still not end up with the point, but not a whole lot you can do on that one. Sometimes the play is just a little bit better on the other side. 30 seconds remaining here on the second timeout here in the third set. 21-16 ball game here. Of course, Simley won the first set 25-14, the second set 25-18. And there you can see on the screen some of the seniors here for Hastings. Veronica Kaiser, Courtney Dollar, who's played pretty well tonight. Had some great serves, and Abigail Axel, who's had a couple of denials there at the center court net. Really, the seniors getting it done here tonight for Hastings. We'll see if the seniors can keep them alive here as we return back to action. Stein's serve, kept in there by Lease. Great play made there by Abby Axel. Talk about seniors getting it done. Couple of subs here for Hastings. It's really the third really nice front court play here tonight that resulted in a kill. And that one really spiked into the ground there for the Spartans. I believe that was Naomi Romslow, who's having quite a game. 5'10" sophomore. The lead is back to 5, just 3 points away from closing out this one is Simley. And maybe a defensive miscue on that one there by the front court. 23-17. We've seen Hastings rally towards the end of the second set. Obviously was not enough, but they really made it close, and that one's going to bounce out of bounds right in front of the scorer's table off of Mackenzie Iliff. So now a 7-point lead. They just need one more to get it done here. We'll get the serve, pushed up by Dollar. And Lease. And that one lands over on the far side of the front court, and Simley's going to win the set there, 25-17, and they're going to win this one 3-0 here as they'll get a road victory here. They'll advance to 2-0 on the season. The Raiders will fall to 1-1 on the young 2020 campaign. Simley won the first set 25-14, the second set 25-18. And then, of course, that third set there, 25-15. Game really defined by those long streaks by Simley. They had one in every single set of about 6 or 7 points, and really seemed to be the difference here tonight. Although a great performance here by Hastings. Certainly some of the seniors here on senior night living up to the event. But with that, we're going to wrap it up here. So a 3-0 victory for the Simley Spartans over the Hastings Raiders. Special thanks to producer and director Hunter Pinkey, announcer Owen Ely, camera operators Ian Andrzejczyk and Max Slocum, and on graphics and audio, Hunter Pinkey. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. This has been HCTV Sports.